When I was 7, my brother-in-law Patrick, he it was right after seeing Rambo 2, which I'm gonna get into this week. Actually, this is a funny story that you just reminded me of, so I'm gonna add this to the video too. Is I was like, oh man, I want to be Rambo for Halloween, and we were at his parents' house going out for Halloween. He took me out with my sister, and he had the Rambo First Blood Part 2 Aviator, the survival knife, So he was like, okay, let's make you Rambo. So he took a red shirt, ripped it up, ripped the shirt into shreds, tied it around my head, and I didn't have any cross battle arrows or anything, but I had messed up army and stuff. And he took the knife out of the holster, and he tied the holster to my side, right? So I had the holster from the knife and everything. Oh, it was cool. It was really, really cool. Really, really, really cool.
Did he give you a wig to put on for the hair?
No.
Oh, by the way, you can actually find some cross-bandle arrows for if you want to find a costume. You can find some fake ones on eBay.
Oh, sweet.
I was thinking about for the club in the movie supporting Rambo, they can wear the fake cross-bandle arrows with their costume.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. So you can find some fake cross-bandle arrows on eBay because they're in the costume area.
Mm-hmm. I was also thinking during you had that video store scene where they don't the video store guy with the water balloons. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking one of the water balloons maybe could hit an electrical outlet and burn the whole fucking video store down.
Yeah, because like I said, it was that was inspired by Do the Right Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will say that Do the Right Thing kind of inspired me to do this movie but it's supporting Rambo is kind of like Do the Right Thing, but instead of dealing with racial tension, it deals with generational tension and stuff going on in Hollywood and ageism and stuff like that. The coolest thing about Do the Right Thing is that it added humor to it. That's why I want.
Yeah. I gotta go back and watch that again because I saw that when I was younger, and yeah, I definitely gotta watch that one again.
And I had a scene that was kind of similar to Do the Right Thing. You remember the scene where Spike Lee takes the garbage can and he throws it at the pizza party, and that's what inspires them to go into the trash and burns the place down? Yeah,
the chain reaction.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe Blair is the one who throws the balloon, and it causes a spark and burns the entire video store down. I was thinking maybe she does it on purpose after some of the gang gets arrested for tearing up the video store, where it gets pissed and she throws the water balloon and creates a spark and burns the entire video store down.
That could be the end of the movie. When she's walking out of town, she just bam. They're too busy to chase her, they're putting out that fire.
Yeah.
I mean, go out with a bang.
They're in court, and then that's where I had another cool scene after they cause it the damage. They have this where the town stands up for them. They're the jury, and one of them, some of the people in the jury is actually a Vietnam vet, and he's like, "Oh, you treating these kids like they're a bunch of terrorists? They're just trying to speak their minds."
You want terrorism? I'll tell you about real terrorism. Because it's like, oh my god, that'd be cool.
And then he goes off like you're like those people in Hollywood. You don't want us to special things like we did while we tried to go up against the war. You're repeating history. You're a bunch of fucking Murdoch fans. It's like you're trying to sound like we're trying to silence our thoughts on Vietnam. Fuck you, man.
And that'd be cool too, because in the sequel, when Blair comes to town, then they'll be out for her, right? They'll be out together, so that's really cool too. But I kind of got to run. So I will keep you posted probably around what time is it now? It's 5:12. So I guess around 8 my time, I'll send it to you. I'll send you the paper at the same time when I'm sending the stuff to Steven. So I'll send both at the same time. I sent you an email with the audio file. So if you want to check it out.
I got it.
Okay, cool. And yeah, so
Can you send me some treatment of the script tonight later on?
yeah, that's what I was saying, around 8.
Mm-hmm.
So when I send it out to Steven, I'll send you at the same time. I have one to do for Brent. I just gotta copy paste for his questions.
The next time we come on, I want to finish talking more about Jack Reacher.
Yeah, yeah. By then I'll be done with the book. I'm gonna try to get through it by Wednesday, I guess, because then Wednesday I could start reading, because I have to do the James Cameron one, and I have to do the David Morrell novelization too, which is actually very different as well. But the real one I'm looking forward to is the Rambo 3 novelization, Rambo of Arabia. That is insane. There's so many crazy scenes. There's a scene where I can't believe none of this made it to the movie. There's a scene where the Mujahideen get Rambo, and they put ropes around his arms, and they try to pull him apart, and he's like pulling the horses together. There's like a scene where, you know, when Zyson is interrogating Troutman doesn't want to talk, so Zyson goes and gets one of the Arabic children, brings the child in, and pours acid all over the kid.
Oh my God!
Until Troutman talks, you know. There's a scene with a gigantic sandstorm, and Rambo's braving the sandstorm, and he almost smothers to death in the sand. He ends up getting put under like a blanket, and then to end up breathing, he has to like cut through the blanket, and they almost lose their horses. There's a scene where it's not like the movie Rambo 3 where, you know, they do 2 escape attempts in Rambo 3. This one, it's 1 escape attempt, and they kill a leopard, and then they take the grease from the leopard and they mix it with like lamp ash. So Rambo covers his whole body in like lamp ash and leopard grease, and he's wearing like the Arabian clothes, but it's all black, right? And he does it because the German shepherds will be afraid of the leopard scent, and he like goes in there and he fucks everything up, man. It's amazing.
This is when he the night on the seat. This is when he tries to rescue Troutman the first time.
Yeah, and there's more characters too.
In the book, he gets him out that same night, right?
Yeah, and then he's got like they meet up with like a French nurse and all these orphan children. Amazing. It's like $6 on Kindle.
And David Morrell wrote this himself?
Yeah. It was the original intended script for Rambo 3.
Oh, man.
And it's brilliant. Like, when you read it, after that, you look at Rambo 3 and you're like, I could imagine Rambo 3 with all these extra elements would just be insane. Insane. There's so many cool scenes. The stick fighting scene is crazier. Way crazier. And Rambo actually in the beginning, he's still kind of moving around a lot in the beginning. And like he finds the stick fighting place and he decides to go in on the stick fighting place, but like he smells like a lot of marijuana in the air, and that entices him, you know, so he gets a little high, he goes in, bam, 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 knocking around everybody. The scene where Troutman meets up with Rambo in the beginning, Rambo is like, he's like all covered in blood and everything because he just got out of a stick fight. He actually gets naked right there and like goes and finds clothes, but he's like totally naked. He's like talking to him like you know, I don't do this anymore kind of thing. It's amazing. It's brilliant.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I would like to hear what the novelization of Rambo 2, how that was different.
It's like the screenplay, but it's just a little bit different. It's more like it's like halfway between the movie and the screenplay. And I'm covering that one next week, so.
Oh, that would be great to hear.
That's gonna be awesome.
I would love to get back into that story about how we would like to see Rambo and Reacher connect in the novel and the movie, because Rambo, if you look at how Rambo started out in First Blood, he was kind of like Reacher. He was a drifter. In a way.
Yeah, he was. He was.
I need to ask you this: were there any similarities in Killing Floor that reminded you of the book and the movie The First Blood?
The diner in a way, and like when the psychological, that really reminded me of the Rambo side of it, because you know, like when you're reading First Blood, the book, it's very psychological. It's always like going back and forth in Rambo's mind, and that really played upon, I found, in the Killing Floor, and like just the, you know, walks into town. Even though you don't get that walking into town scene, he explains it a lot later with Finley. And like the whole Finley Reacher dynamic too reminded me a lot of First Blood. And
between Rambo and Teasel, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I love how at the end, when he goes crazy, that they destroy that fucking. Not only did they destroy that warehouse, but technically they do destroy the town, because now the town is worthless.
Yeah, because the town was run by these guys.
Yeah, and I love how they did the money, how they talked about bleaching the money, because all the American money is the same size, and that was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, you can tell that was them destroying the money. Was like similar to them destroying the town first of all, because the bad guys ruled the town. So despite the fact they didn't actually destroy the town in the Killing Floor, but they destroyed it. That's how it was similar to the novel, The First Blood, how they destroyed the town, because the bad guys were running the town, and they destroyed them. They destroyed the whole town.
And like all that time, you know, like when Jack was always talking about the different sides of the town, and the town always looks nice, and the town always looks upkept, and it kind of reminded me of Brian Dennehy when he said, you know, this is a nice little town, it's my town, and I get paid to keep it that way. It kind of reminded me about that. In the back of my mind, I was like, wow. And, you know, just at the end when Jack finally goes for it, and when he takes out those guys, those
in the house.
Yeah, and he drowns the other guy. That was amazing.
That made me fall in love with Reacher, because he's smart, because he's always one step ahead.
Yeah.
And he's smart, and that was so badass. You can't see Tom Cruise doing that shit.
Yeah, and he's ballsy too, because he does that, and right after he does that, what does he do? He goes to the police station, walks right in.
Yeah, and he covers things up like nothing happened.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. That was amazing. But yeah, next time we'll get to that. We'll do hopefully by then I'll know what happens to Hook Hobie, and we can.
Yeah, I really want to finish these conversations, the conversation with Reacher, because I truly feel him and Rambo have a connection. And check this out, when you remember when I was doing my radio project on Reacher, you remember what state I applied it in?
I'm trying to remember. No, not really. I know you got that.
Arizona,
yeah, because it kind of felt Southern with the
because
with the song in the beginning. It kind of just reminded me of Southern for some reason. You know how you use that song?
I put State Trooper, because
yeah.
that felt like that's Reacher's theme song. You know another reason why I applied it in Arizona, right?
So you could have the crossover.
Yeah, you got that, because I wanted the story to be like a prequel to Better Than One. Like it sets up Better Than One, how Reacher comes against this pedophile, and then later in the Better Than One, they come across a cult of pedophiles.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, so at the end of the project, when the girl, after he has that fling with the girl at the motel, and then she drops him off in the middle of the road, and the minute she drives away off in the road, she drops him off right near Rambo's ranch.
Oh boy, that's what we're gonna continue next time.
Definitely.
The Rambo ranch.
So the minute they had that fling at the motel, she drops him off right in front of Rambo's ranch.